Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cup Council. How are you? Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic day from wherever you are around the world. And welcome back to another news episode for you guys this evening. Apologies if I do look like a lobster. Again, it's the reflection of the telly for some reason. But hello, everyone. Hopefully, everyone's having a fantastic day from wherever you are around the world. And again, of course, we're going to have an absolute I was going to say mega pack show. It's going to be a full show tonight. Of course, we've got loads of news to break down. In tonight's episode, of course, obviously the new sporting director, or the soon-to-be new sporting director, of course, Jorg Spekti. Again, I apologise for butchering his name if I have done it. Again, we're going to be speaking about him and a potential first signing, of course, under him as well. Obviously. Former Manchester United goalkeeper Ron Robert Zeiler, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. He's been linked with Liverpool over the last couple of days. Of course, we'll be speaking about Manuel Ugarte as well, news concerning him. Obviously, news, of course, coming out about this man, of course, Alexis McAllister, as well tonight. And, of course, we're going to be speaking about Ryan Gravenberch as well in tonight's episode. But let me know your guys' thoughts on all of the news, all of the stories in tonight's episode. And let me know your guys' thoughts on everything that we do mention and talk about in tonight's episode anyway. But let's get into the comments and have a look who is hanging about. Of course, Doug is in as well. Doug, congratulations on the baby boy. Is it a baby boy news? Have I got that right? I had a 50-50 chance. I believe it's a boy as well, but congratulations, Doug, on that. Obviously, Jordan already said congratulations on that. Hi, Jordan. Thank you, mate, as well. Anyway, but we will dive straight into the news as well. And one thing I will say before we do start the news, of course, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button as well if anyone is new. We are trying now to get to 1.1k if we can as soon as possible. I'd very much appreciate it as always. Can we do it before the end of this season? That'll be very much amazing if we could do that as well anyway. But nevertheless, of course, let's talk about Jorg Spekti, of course. Dominic King last night brought out the news that Liverpool are in advanced talks to make Jorg Spekti their new sporting director and wanted him in place for the start of the summer transfer window. He did go on to also say as well that Spekti will sign a 3-year contract that runs to June 2026, the same month that Klopp's current deal runs out as well. But there's also a curveball in this as well, in this whole situation. There's a curveball as well. Of course, Jon Achterfertov as well, also replying to Fabrizio Romano, confirming the news that Liverpool are now close to appointing Jorg Spekti. He has come out and said that I understand it's a 3-month deal, just helping Liverpool out for the incoming transfer window, which that will be interesting. I think I said on Twitter it'd be very much interesting to see what Liverpool are after in terms of this type of deal. Of course, I know plenty of people have been very speculation around him anyway, in terms of like what Liverpool could get off of him in that aspect of things. Of course, you've got one reporter, one Liverpool journal coming out and saying it's a 3-year deal. You've got a German journal coming out and saying only a 3-month deal, which if it is the 3-month, I would think that probably the person that Liverpool want isn't available right now, which of course they might be in a couple of days' time. But a couple of months' time, sorry, in a couple of days' time. But again, we'll have to just see on whether or not it is, an instance of, it'll be a 3-month or maybe a 3-year. Again, there's been no indication suggesting that, again, that it is only going to be short term in that aspect. But again, of course, nobody knows until it is official and done as well. I believe that he is still currently working at Wolfsburg as well at the present moment in time as well. So again, only time will tell in this situation. But again, it's interesting the fact that, of course, and I'll bring it up again, the likes of Dominic King, bringing up the fact that it is a 3-year contract, and then again, Jon Achterfertov as well, also bringing up that it is a 3-month deal as well. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below as well. And of course, speaking about York's Becky's, potential first signing, of course. The latest rumours have come out about his first potential signing for Liverpool Football Club, of course, being former United goalkeeper Ron Roberto Zyler, I believe his name is. Again, I apologies for any butchering of pronunciations. But again, there's obviously been a link with him again today, as well, saying that ex-Manchester United goalkeeper Ron Robert Zyler is in line to become one of York's Becky's first signings as Liverpool sporting director as well. So again, let me know your guys' thoughts on this as well. I think, look, it's very much an Adrian replacement. I think some people have gone, oh, it's a Kelleher replacement. I don't think so. I think it's very much an Adrian replacement, if that was to happen. But again, whether or not maybe Adrian might sign a new contract, there's been no confirmation on that. But again, that's all we hear at the minute in terms of Liverpool and the squad, is the fact that Liverpool are going to be ruthless and they are going to get rid of the deadwood this summer, not prevail it on for another couple of seasons at least anyway. So again, I think this would be an Adrian replacement. Again, apparently he works out for the homegrown quota as well, somehow. I don't know how particularly, but reports saying that he is going to be on the homegrown list as well. So again, that's good in some sense, but again, I think he would be on a free transfer as well, coming in for next season. So again, obviously that'll be perfect for Liverpool. But again, let me know your guys' thoughts on it, because I think realistically, if that is the case and that could be worked out as a first signing, again, obviously that would be amazing for Liverpool as well. Anyway, but let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments as well down below. We've got 17 people in at the moment. So again, if you're new around here, please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to leave a comment as well down below as well. What else do we have? And yes, Connor, it is a baby boy. I thought I was right. I thought I was going crazy, to be fair. But Football Insider just confirmed Liverpool front runners for Barella. If he does leave Inter this summer, they would want 61 million. Again, I just don't think Barella's. I don't think Barella's leaving Inter personally. Obviously, they're 2-0 up at the minute. So again, why would you want to leave? But yeah, I think, quite honestly, I think Barella would be a brilliant signing for Liverpool, but I just can't see it personally. But then again, I'd like to be wrong on things as well. So again, I very much would like to see Barella at Liverpool. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I just don't think at the minute I think it's looking very unlikely. Just how unlikely I think Mason Mount's going to be now, because apparently Pochettino's number one job is to try and get Mason Mount to sign that new contract for Chelsea as well. But Jordan, tomorrow, mate, Leicester preview as well. I think we've got Leicester on Monday, haven't we? So yeah, I'll have to try and get Anton as well. To be fair, anyway. But so Adrian confirmed to be leaving. Then, yeah, 100%. I think that's a guarantee now. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me if Adrian did leave. Yeah, probably then looking at where does he go? Probably Betis. Betis, Real Betis have wanted him for the last 2-3 seasons. Maybe he finally goes there potentially. I'm not particularly sure, but again, I think somewhere around there he goes, 100%. But congrats on the birth of your baby boy. Again, yeah, no, it isn't. Baby isn't born yet. I don't think, Doug, unless I'm right. But again, they know the gender of it, so again, that's great news as well. Anyway, of course, the blue heart emoji for Rob as well, senior Rob as well. Hi Philip, not due to me until 26. Yeah, it's just Rob as well. Heard Klopp on Tielemans. Don't want Tielemans, Daryl. Absolutely don't. We will get to McAllister news as well, Daryl, in due time as well. But yeah, Yuri Tielemans, no, not for me. I think the only way Liverpool get Tielemans is if every other potential option or target fails to hit the mark, or something drastically goes wrong this summer. That's the only way Liverpool get Tielemans this summer. I don't see him joining Liverpool whatsoever. Again, just doesn't fit the correct profile for Liverpool. Yeah, free transfer, fair enough. That'll be a good part of the deal. the only good part of the deal. Yeah, I was watching him against for Leicester against Everton. Jesus Christ, so bad, man, so bad. Good on the ball, but off the ball, just absolutely awful. Like we look at it now, in terms of you talk about Liverpool. We don't want to be having a midfield problem next season. We want to be away from that. And again, I think if we was to sign Yuri Tillemans, yeah, I think you're asking for trouble in itself, if I'm being perfectly honest. Anyway, but we will move on, of course, guys, and let me know your guys' thoughts, of course, on York's Becky as well, and of course, obviously the rumours as well with the new goalkeeper for Liverpool. Anyway, but of course, we're going to move on and talk about Manuel Ugarte. Of course, that the rumour mill is certainly spiking up in terms of Manuel Ugarte, and obviously reports have come out over the last couple of days suggesting that Manuel Ugarte wants to join Liverpool, and that could be decisive in the situation developing as well. And of course, the situation developing is that Liverpool are preparing a move for Ugarte, and his agent are coming to Lisbon this week with an offer. Sporting admits they will negotiate Ugarte despite Ruben Amorim, wanting him to stay as well. Supposedly there is a new contract as well on the table for Ugarte, but that has been put on hold because reportedly, of course, I think as it is that. Yeah, so talks for a new contract with Manuel Ugarte and Sporting have stalled due to all the interest from the Premier League. Liverpool are one of the clubs trying to sign the midfielder with concrete offers almost certain to arrive as well. And of course, there has been also conversations as well concerning Manuel Ugarte release clause as well. I think there was a report from Portugal, I think yesterday, saying that Sporting have tried to buy or have bought out the sell-on clause, or in terms of apologies, a bit of a tongue then, in terms of they've sold or they've bought out the I think the 30% from they'd have to give to the other clubs as well, or I think Ugarte's former club. Of course, if he was to sell for the release clause as well. So at the minute, I think it is very much that Liverpool are working. If of course the reports are true, bloody hell, I can't talk. If the reports are true in terms of Ugarte and Liverpool being an actual thing, then I think Liverpool are very much wanting to work on the deal. They don't want to pay the automatic 53 million pound release clause. They want to be able to even structure the deal potentially, or even to be able to work things out in terms of a fee being a lot lower than the 53 mil at the moment. I think again, obviously, I've spoken on Ugarte to you guys and plenty of other people as well in terms of I think Manuel Ugarte. I think if Liverpool are looking for a very solid DM, he's your man. I think if Liverpool are going to be keeping on playing this new style and this new hybrid formation, I think Ugarte is perfect for Liverpool Football Club. I really do think he'd be perfect for Liverpool. But again, obviously you have competition from the likes of Newcastle. I think even Fulham, I think, are looking at him as well, because I think Villa are looking at Paulinho as well at the moment. So again, I think Ugarte, I think keep an eye on him. I know that Neil Jones ruled it out. Of course, it wasn't a factual ruling out. It was an opinion-based rule out. Of course, obviously, there's been rumours as well that he's not in the prime targets for Liverpool this summer. But I think, look, I think if he's there and he's available for 45, 40 million, I think that's an absolute steal for Manuel Ugarte. And again, it's not necessarily to say he can just play as a DM. Again, I think if you look at his numbers, he very much can play as an 8 as well. Obviously the more defensive 8 than the 6. But I think again, there's definitely versatility in Manuel Ugarte. But again, that's just my thoughts and opinions anyway. But Let me know your guys' thoughts anyway in the comments down below. Anyway, what else do we have? Darryl saying, yeah, good, he's crap as well. I think that was with Tillemans. Yeah, Yuri Tillemans is awful. Ugarte is the main one I wanted as well. I think many of us wanted. I think for me, if we were to go which midfield three or what three do you want for next season, it would be McAllister, Gravenberch, and Ugarte for me. I think that's just a solid solution for Liverpool. But I'm getting excited with these Ugarte rumours as well. Yeah, obviously, record in Portugal, they do have a 50-50 record. Like I know they got Darwin Núñez right. I think they got Darwin Núñez. They got Luis Diaz right. I think they got Matthias Nunes right in terms of that clause for Liverpool that nobody thought was right at the beginning, but of course, obviously, we now know it was true. So they've got an up and down record, I think, but they tend to get things like in terms of like normally like Liverpool stuff and Portuguese league, they normally get it right. So again, you do have to take it with a pinch of salt, but again, hopefully we all know the rumours have been around for quite some time with Ugarte, but again, I think pretty much it is a very much a plain and simple thing. I think for Liverpool, for being honest. Apologies, I look like my hair just keeps on getting in my way. But are we back in for Nunes? No, I don't think we are. I know Dominic King put that um, that thing up, but I think that if McAllister goes wrong, I think personally, I can't see Liverpool going back in for Matthias Nunes when he's like, if Liverpool, if McAllister's getting quoted at 60 mil, and Matthias Nunes is getting quoted around the same price, for me, no, it is a no for me personally. Maybe one day potentially when his price comes a bit down for Liverpool. Again, he's still what, 24, 25, is he? Is Matthias Nunes 24? I'm gonna have to research this. Is he 30, 24, 34? Jesus Christ. Matthias Nunes. Yeah, he's 24. So if you're gonna sign him, you'd sign him now, wouldn't you? Realistically, yeah. I think, look, if it's the choice between Matthias Nunes and Alexis McAllister, it's McAllister all day long, in my opinion. And I know I have said in the past I would take Matthias Nunes, and I would for 30, 40 million. But if you're gonna say that Matthias Nunes and McAllister at the same price in terms of 60 mil, again, all day McAllister, 100%. What about Tuchmani from Madrid? Tuchmani, no. I know, was it Dave Maddock put that post up about, Liverpool could go back in for Tuchmani unless you're looking at 100 million plus, and plus, why would he want to leave Madrid? They're in a UCL semi-final at the minute, and he's going to be a part of that midfield for sure. Next season and a couple of seasons afterwards as well. So I think, yeah, personally, I don't think Tuchmani, even though he might be unhappy at the moment, not starting week in, week out, again, look, I think in particular he will be at, he'll be at Madrid for the future, at least anyway. But we will move on, and of course, I know that Darryl already mentioned him, but of course, we are going to talk about Alexis McAllister now anyway. And of course, I believe Cesar Mello as well reported earlier on saying that Liverpool is advancing more and more for Alexis McAllister. The proposal is already under analysis by his father, who is his agent, which of course is Carlos McAllister as well. It is a contract until December 2028, which is a bit of a weird one. I think when we look at it like that. Again, I think it'll probably be the summer of 2028, to be fair. But again, December is a bit weird in that aspect of things. But again, look, I think, obviously, I think McAllister to Liverpool, it is gaining pace. Of course, I think it does go on to mention as well that we won't hear anything now until the end of the season, which is rightfully so. And do I think that do I think it's nearing the final stages? Yeah, I do. I think that maybe around the beginning of June that we'll hear officially that it'll be McAllister. Here we go. Look, we know that Liverpool want to get their business done early. I'd be surprised if we don't wrap things up before pre-season's even thought about. I think Liverpool, they need to be ruthless in the summer. So again, when we talk about McAllister, Ugarte potentially, Mason Mount, Barella, Gravenberch, of course, Liverpool have to be on it, and that means right now. But again, I think look, Liverpool again, obviously with the rumor from Cesar Mello, of course, coming that again the contract is under, already being looked at, of course, by his father, Carlos McAllister as well. So again, look, I think pretty much, I think Liverpool will get Alexis McAllister unless there's of course a bid that comes from like City, potentially as well. City are the only ones that I look at and go, if they were to come in with like a bid, the same bid as Liverpool, and go, oh look, we can give you this and give you that, that's what I'd be scared of. But the one thing as well, like I think this is more so with the Ugarte stuff. Like Liverpool haven't properly been, reported on Ugarte as much as was they have been with McAllister. Like the the transfers this time round, instead of them being quiet, like the Thiago situation, like you look at Thiago when, of course, there was whispers and rumours around the Champions League final when, of course, that was his last game for Bayern. Then there was all that talk during the summer, and then the deal actually happened. And of course, you look at Diogo Jota as well; it was done out of the blue, in that regard. And that's where I feel like Liverpool have to go back and do, and I think they are doing that. Don't get me wrong, but I just think that like things are getting leaked way too easily. Things are getting talked about way too easily, and I want to go back to breaking news. Liverpool are going to go after McAllister, and nobody knew about it. I'd love that, but yeah, I think since the Jude Bellingham stuff, everything lately has just been coming out of Liverpool's transfer room anyway. But again, it'll be nice to get McAllister done and dusted, so then we can then move on then to Ugarte or Gravenberch and get them done and dusted anyway. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments as well. To be fair, but smash the like button as well, people. Subscribe if you're new. Yeah, if you could, very much appreciate it as always. Of course, big thank you to all the new subscribers as well. If you lot are just tuning in as well, very much appreciate it as always. Again, if you like Liverpool content, if you just like football content itself, then again, please hit the follow button, hit the like button as well, guys. I think we have. Yeah, it says we got 12 likes right now, so we can get to 20, guys. Very much appreciated as always. As well. Again, very much appreciated. Like I said, reports mention Klopp would consider a loan option for Tuchemeni, but I doubt it will happen. Yeah, Justin, it's not going to happen. Again, you look at that future Madrid midfield though. I would say keep a close eye on it over the next 3 or 4 years, well, the next 2 or 3, I should say, because there's going to be one or two of them that are going to be unhappy because not you can't fit all of them in a team. I think you look at the moment they like you look at Camavinga, for example. Camavinga, I thought last night was absolutely brilliant from. For me, I thought he was man of the match in the whole game. I don't know how it got given to Kevin De Bruyne, just for the freaking goal. To be fair, but I think when you look at Camavinga, he wants to be playing in that midfield. You've got Valverde, Jude Bellingham that's going to be in that Madrid midfield now. Tuchemeni as well at the moment. You've got, you've got, I think, Modric, Cruz. They're going to be around for another year, probably maybe even 2 as well. In La Liga, especially. There's so many midfielders in there at the moment, and of course, I know they're going to be losing. I think Ceballos, and they're going to be losing Asensio as well. I know Asensio doesn't play midfield, but again, that's another option as well for that. But again, there's so many options. I think there as well. At the moment, it is very much the case in the sense of one or two of those midfielders might get really, really frustrated with the lack of playing time and the lack of involvement in the team. So that's the only thing I would say is keep an eye out for maybe one of them being potentially frustrated in terms of game time at least anyway. But yeah, I'd agree. Tuchumeni is not happening for Liverpool. Mount can jog on as well as Terrell. Carl is in as well. Hello, Carl. Hopefully on a fantastic day, my friend. As well, good seeing you. As well as hi everyone. No way, City. He will want first team football. Won't get that. City. Yeah, I agree, but that's the only team that frightens me coming in randomly with a bid for McAllister and then everything gets kicked up in the air. That's the only thing that worries me for this summer. But Talia will be in as well. Hello, Gary. Milner be a sweetener, hopefully. Yeah, James Milner for Ugarte. Not Ugarte, sorry, for McAllister. But things get leaked so easily now. I was thinking Brendan Rodgers was back in charge. Jesus Christ, Cal. What a time alive that was. Remember when, what was it, the after 13-14, it was like, oh yeah, we're linked with um, Alexis Sanchez. We're going to go after Alexis Sanchez because he's the nearest thing towards a Luis Suarez. And then what was it? A week later, Sanchez goes to Arsenal. We end up getting Mario Balotelli. Like that. To be fair, that was very much a manager that didn't want to listen. And again, the exact same thing happened at Leicester. Speaking to Ant about it a couple of months ago, and he was saying that I think last season Brendan Rodgers signed players that the transfer committee didn't want him to sign, and he was adamant about it. I want to sign these players. These players are my players. I want to go after them. And of course, we all know the rest of it. But I think at the moment you look at things like this, and again, it's ridiculous. The fact that when you go back and look at that summer, and like you go, Jesus Christ, like the amount of players that we were getting linked to, it's ridiculous. As well, because Liverpool had no idea what they wanted to do. Connor is on the PewDiePie numbers now. No, not yet, Rob. Anyway, we're getting there though. So thank you very much for everyone as well for tuning in. But remember me, I do try and catch you live, but our time never match. No problem, Cal. Thank you very much for popping in, mate. Again, I know that plenty of people watch the streams afterwards as well, and in the mornings as well. Again, that's what I try and do. I try and do like obviously the show at 9, and then it's 9 not every night, by the way. Unless of course it's after after a game, which are post matches, if it's nighttime, then it's around 10:30 that we're live, or if it's then, it's a bit earlier, like it was, I think, for the game past weekend as well. So again, like on Monday, it'll be about 10:30, somewhere around there. Yeah, we'll again, we try and do that, and then we try and do shorts throughout the day, so it keeps people informed at least anyway. But I think we criminally negligent the free transfer on the market as well. Well, we had two of the best, didn't we, in terms of Joel Matip and James Milner, to be fair. But yeah, absolutely, Rob. Thomas Groenmark, I think that's how you pronounce his name, is away to. Yeah, no, he is confirmed to be leaving. Yeah, the throw-in coach. He's been working at Liverpool for 6 years. Is it now 5 years? So again, I think he's even done a YouTube video on it, so I haven't been able to watch it yet. So I'll have a watch of that. But yeah, no, he is leaving as well. Now, to be fair, but I remember Rogers asked Gerrard to phone Cruz and try and get him to sign, and Gerrard said no. Yeah, it's jeez, yeah, like Brendan Rodgers for me is one of the most overrated managers going. Again, I adored him at Liverpool as a as growing up. But then again, I think we all do with managers. I didn't adore Roy Hodgson, actually, in saying that. But like for me, like that 13-14 season growing up, especially when Liverpool, back 2-3 years before that was, down in the dumps. You had what us losing to West Brom, us getting sixth, seventh, eighth, in consecutive seasons and so on. And then you look at other types, and it was crap in that way. And that 13-14 season, Luis Suarez carried that team to almost glory. Like for me, I think the best individual season by a player is probably Luis Suarez in 13-14. And again, that could be, you could be saying that in terms of, I think when you look at Mo as well, Mo back in 2021 when we, managed to finish third, his goals alone for Liverpool, I think without them we would have been 13th, 14th. This season, when you look at it, obviously I think recency bias will say that Mo's been our player of the season. He's not. I think personally, it's 100% Alisson Becker. Don't get me wrong, Mo's had a fantastic end of the season, but in terms of the general season as a whole, no. Alisson Becker for me has been absolutely outstanding for Liverpool. Apart from that Real Madrid first leg game where he made that mistake, he hasn't made any mistakes this season, and that's it. For me anyway. But yeah, Jesus Christ, Brendan Rodgers, what a flash in the pan that was. Is Joel Matip going? Heard rumours as well. Yeah, as Doug said, but they 20 million Roma rumours. They're rumours at the minute. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if he left, considering the fact that his rumours there with Inacio from Sporting as well. But at the moment, again, who knows? In that instance as well. I used to be Kent, but now use my own name and use my other account for domestic butler. Yeah, there we go. Again, I remember like back in the day, like when we had like on Daz's channel, like when we had like loads of people, like I think loads of people have like their own names and have this one. It's like for me, for example, like I have my own YouTube account, like for me, like Connor, and then I have, of course, the Cop Council, which, of course, was kept for mainly Liverpool stuff. But how much of Liverpool bid for Gravenberch, we'll speak about that in a brief moment as well. Late nights are difficult for me, mostly on here as well. No problem, Carl. Absolutely no problem. Again, like I said, let me know as well, Carl, if you watch it in the mornings as well or watch anything. Because again, like I said, I try and get the shorts over the day, if that makes sense. And then, of course, the main show or the main streams at 9 o'clock. So again, let me know anyway. But the spot on Connor Suarez was unbelievable that season. He was ridiculous, wasn't he? He signed Bobby Firmino, but wasn't that forced on him? Did he get a player he wanted? Can't remember who. Was it Conor Blanca? We should have got, but we didn't. Yeah, geez, like it was at that time of Liverpool. Jesus Christ, just thinking back to it, it's oof, like absolutely outrageous. But yeah, Bobby was forced. Bobby was meant to go to Man United, and thank God he didn't. To be fair, but he made a mistake against Wolves. He passed the ball straight the Wolves player to a tap in as well. Again, that's one other mistake, but I can't even remember that mistake, if I'm being honest with you. Alisson to score again to get us Champions League, says Daryl. I'd love that. That'd be the perfect ending to the season. Even Connor as well. Hello, Brian. Hope you're having a fantastic day, mate. Does anyone know what happened to on the bench? Obviously, I do, but sadly, I don't want to. Again, I don't want to bring it up. Nothing awful. Don't get me wrong. It's nothing like seriously bad, of course. But just Daz's it was Daz in health, unfortunately. Again, I miss Daz. Again, I keep, I haven't spoken to him for a while, but I hope he's well. To be fair, but again, I haven't spoken to him in some time. To be fair, but yeah, maybe I'll have to try and get back in touch with him, see how he's doing. But remember that time we were linked to kind of playing and Alex Teixeira? Yeah, was it like when we bid like 52 million for Teixeira and he ended up going to the Chinese league? Ridiculous, wasn't it? Thank you, Brian, as well. One hopes Liverpool signs Barella. I think everyone does. No, I'm having a shit day. Why, Brian? Let me know why you're having a bad day. Daz is a legend. Yeah, he is, 100%. Again, I wouldn't be doing YouTube without Daz. Again, me and Daz met through YouTube. Again, we did loads of stuff on the bench, and we did plenty of other things as well. And again, I miss him around the scene as well. Of course, the whole reason why I started doing YouTube because we did so much on there. And I think people on his Facebook page was like, "Oh, why don't you do something?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Like, if people want to see it, anyway." But we are going to talk about. Well, moving on. We are going to talk about, of course, Ryan Gravenberch. Obviously, there was a suggestion as well that Manchester City to rival Liverpool for Bayern Munich's midfielder Ryan Gravenberch after missing out on Jude Bellingham, which, of course, we don't want to hear this whatsoever. But today, Chris Khan has come out and said that Liverpool opening proposal for Gravenberch is 20 million has been turned down by Bayern. The player is very happy to move and is informed Bayern LFC remain confident a deal can be agreed if we choose to do so as well. And there was also a Bayern Munich page as well that came up on a forum as well, suggesting that Ryan Gravenberch has handed a transfer request in to Bayern Munich as well. So again, Gravenberch, I know it's a bit clickbaity, apologies chat, but again, obviously if it is true, the fact that Liverpool have put a bid in for Gravenberch, it just goes to show that we are moving ahead in terms of in terms of our pursuit of our targets this summer. Again, McAllister, Ugarte, Gravenberch as well. There's clearly something there this summer that Liverpool are going to be going, for the jugular in the summer window. But again, for me, I'd love Ryan Gravenberch Liverpool. I think the rumored price at the moment is around, I think, 27, not 27, Jesus Christ. Let's see how many people was in here. Sorry, but again, I think the asking price from Bayern is around 35 million, which again, I think Liverpool should pay that. I think he's 100% worth it. Look, just because it hasn't worked out at Bayern, I think, look, it's very much, I think the case at Liverpool, I think 100% would do amazing at Liverpool from Bayern, to be fair. But let me know your guys' thoughts as well. Of course, the opening bid getting rejected of £20 million as well. But Mbappe incoming as a real spending everything on Bellingham, I wish as well. Yeah, absolutely. Gravenberch is the next Ryan Babel. I hope not, because Ryan Babel had a lot of potential, and then it didn't work out, unfortunately. But a little bit of a red flag that he can't get a game. It's I get that, Rob, but I also just don't think that's as simple as that. Especially Bayern have a very strict way of things, and I think when you're coming into a midfield that only plays Kimmich and Goretzka all the time, I just think that look, and the fact that they're bringing in Lima as well for a free transfer. Again, Gravenberch is going to be down the pecking order. Again, I think even reports saying that Bayern have been happy with Sabitza's performances at Manchester United, so he's going to be going back to Bayern as well. So again, Gravenberch isn't going to get a look in, I think, at the minute. So again, you kind of look at the success stories. Look at Mo Salah, for example. Mo Salah was a Chelsea flop, not going to do well. Why is he coming back to the Premier League? Come back to the Premier League, and has been and will be known as the best ever, best ever right winger in Premier League history, in my opinion, anyway. But I think Gravenberch, look, for me, I think it's plain and simple to see that there is potential there. Again, 20 years of age, can play as an 8, can play as a 10 if you wanted to play in that role as well, can play as a 6 as well. So again, there is plenty of options there for Ryan Gravenberch. But again, we'll just have to see, won't we? But Daryl won't be that. Be mad if Ali scores the goal that got into the Champions League qualifying place again. Yeah, just bangs it in against Villa at home at Anfield. What a win that would be class as well, 100%. 16 likes, let's get to 20 or even 27 people watching. Yeah, if you're new around here, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. Very much appreciate it as always. Who don't want City wants yeah, absolutely. It was my birthday. Oh, happy birthday Brian, as well. And people forgot, so I'm there. Well, happy birthday, my friend. Guys, please spam happy birthday. I know a couple people already have in the chat, but yeah, if you could spam happy birthday, spam the emotes as well. The celebrate emotes. Just do it as well. And happy birthday, Bri, as well. Hopefully you have better birthday from now until the end, I should say. Anyway, but happy birthday, mate, as well. But happy birthday, Brian, as well. Domestic saying, hi, Connor. Another like, thank you for that. But happy birthday, Brian, as well. Yeah, guys, spam the happy birthdays in the chat. Very much appreciated, as always. Is Gravenberch the same kind of player as Ugarte? I'd say no. I think, yeah, in some sense, yes, they're both press resistant. I think if you look at their statistics, they are very good. If you needed to play a double pivot, I think those two would be good together. But Ugarte is definitely more of a defensive player then, I should say. To be fair, but yeah, for me, that's what that's what I would say personally. Hello, Luca Ricky, as well in the comments. Good seeing you. We need the next Xavi Alonso fact. Stefan Bajcetic. That's a shout in my opinion. Sorry to hear that, Bri. Stop celebrating birthdays now. I'm 30, so I'm glad people don't remind me. But happy birthday, pal, as well. Don't worry, Rob. I'll be up soon, and we'll throw you a party anyway. But yeah, Jesus Christ. To be fair, it's mad how people, everyone's growing up. Like again, like obviously, I'm saying that. Like, look, I'm 23, 24. I can't remember how old I am. I'm 24 next birthday. So again, look, like my birthday's in a month's time, and I can't even remember how old I am. So I could be 19. Who knows? But either way, obviously, a link for Nick and Ricky's channel. Thumbs up as well. Thank you, Brian. Well, again, happy birthday, Brian, as well. But United makes me laugh with Salah's season. One, they said he would be a flop. Second season, it would be one season wonder. And third season, he couldn't do it back-to-back seasons as well. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. That's the thing. Mo's turned up, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's done." Even this season, like supposedly he's a flop, but then he's got more goals and assists than Bukayo Saka, Marcus Rashford, everyone. And you look at Rashford, everyone's like, "Oh, Rashford's he should be Ballon d'Or contender, should be this, should be that." You look at the stats. You can't even touch Mohamed Salah. This is Mo Salah's. I was going to say his worst ever season. It's not when you look at the stats. Mo's worst season, I think, was when we won the league. Like that's mad to even think about it. Like Mo Salah's worst season for Liverpool in terms of goal scoring was when we won the league. Like that's mad to think. I think anyway. But yeah, look, he's our Egyptian. He's my king. Look, him and Kenny are my king. So again, he should be your king as well. Again, people won't be happy with me saying that. But Storm's in as well. Very good seeing you. Saying happy birthday, Brian, from Mongolian Reds. Again, absolutely brilliant. Good seeing you as well, mate. Thank you very much for popping in. Raza as well saying any news on investment when we're getting it, and any idea who? There was a report. Was there a report today that came out saying that Mike Gordon was done something which suggests that there is investment in the summer. The only thing I can say is keep an eye out for it. I think there might be news in the summer. Again, it goes to see what happens with Jorg Spector's deal. Whether or not if it's 3 years, 3 months, I think it'll be interesting because again, if it is 3 months and he is being used just as a consultant right now, then there must be someone that Liverpool want that isn't available right now. So who knows? Whichever one of these gets through, it's going to get hammered Doug as well. What in terms of Madrid? And yeah, obviously it's still 2-0 into. I haven't seen the game. I've just seen the stats and that, and yeah, it's not been the best of nights, is it, for AC Milan? Again, I hope one of these two win it, but I hope that Madrid get through to the final than City, if I'm being honest with you. But then wouldn't that be funny if City got to the final and Madrid not Madrid, sorry, Milan or Inter beat them in the final? That would be the best scenario. But again, we can't allow that. To be fair, what else do we have? I agree, Brian, as well. Cheers at live as well. Yeah, thank you everyone as well for putting in the comments. Yep, going to be a walkover in that final for City or Madrid. Yeah, but again, you look at it. Last season with us, we we battered Madrid and we still lost. Like that. That's the thing, right? That annoys me the most about last season. We battered Real Madrid and we lost. Like that hasn't happened to Real Madrid in a final. Um, like again, Madrid didn't do anything. Like if you look at the shots, I think we had 31 shots in that final. That's mad, considering it's a Champions League final. Courtois kept them in that game, and yeah, won them a Champions League. They took their one opportunity and they won it. That's the annoying part about it as well. Did you see how much Jones was on a week at Liverpool? Surely he's in. It is right. I don't want to put the amount in the chat. It's so low. Again, I don't know. Again, I think it might be Jones' contracts. Well, he did get a new contract, so I'm guessing it's going to be quite high, right? For Curtis Jones. Is there still a lack of goals from our midfield with Gravenberch and Ugarte? Of course, McAllister would maybe chip in, but really need more creative players in as well. I don't see Trent moving there. Yeah and no. I would suggest, like again, for me, I think Liverpool need to go, move themselves back away from that mindset. Like for me, 1920 Liverpool's midfield was the best midfield I think we've seen for Liverpool. It goes to show Jordan Henderson was the player of the season, and for that it was just workhorse. Didn't matter about goals because the goals was going to come from the front three, the full backs, one or two from the centre halves as well, and maybe there might be a goal or two for from the midfield. Again, McAllister, like you said, Adventure as well. McAllister would chip in. I think Gravenberch would chip in as well. Ugarte as well potentially might even chip in. There's a few I think in him. So again, goals I don't think is too crucial from the midfield. But again, with McAllister, there clearly will be something there. I think at least anyway. Obviously, Rob with the party emojis. Happy birthday as well, says Gary. What else do we have? Bloody hell, I've missed a bunch of comments. Don't worry about goals from midfield. We don't rely on that. We're at our best with Henderson, Milner, and Gini, Fabinho in the midfield with no goals there. Yeah, 100% agree. Look, the goals from midfield are nice. Don't get me wrong, but we need that energy. As Robert said there, I don't want goals from midfield. I just want our old engine back. That's exactly what I want, as well as the old engine to just bump, to constantly get the team going, and that's what we've missed. That's what we've missed for the last 2 years probably, and we've gone away from that. Like we need workhorse midfielders as well. But Inter have smashed it this season. Also, did you get my tweet about live Connor? Again, I haven't been on Twitter, lad, so I wouldn't have seen. But I'll have a look after the show. To be fair, but Jones on 15 grand a week. Surely that's wrong. Yeah, that's wrong. I think. Inter on my second team. I'm it's full time. Inter Milan. I'd worry for them as well. Should be interesting. Considering Elia's on 40 grand, yeah, 100%. There's something wrong there. I think Courtois had the game of his life. Yeah, he did. It's ridiculous, wasn't it? To be fair, Courtois. I do get concerned about from the point of view of we struggle against low block sides. We need more creativity that from only our fullbacks. Yeah, no, I would agree in that sense as well. I do agree with you in that sense. But then I think with this new style that Liverpool have, you can change it. Like I think against like a City, for example, I think the 4-3-3 that we've known and loved over the last couple of seasons, we can go back to that and go, and just fight. you know, Manu, macho like. But I think when you're playing like a Burnley, for example, next season, I think you can use this new style, push McAllister and let's say a Harvey Elliott or Curtis Jones further up, and then have Trent then be that creative front, and you're not exposing yourself as much as for a counter attack as well. I think that would be probably the perfect way of doing it. But again, that's the only thing potentially. But again, swings and roundabouts as well. To be fair, 31 shots, but only 2 decent shots as well. I think we had a bit more than that, but again, I think we battered them. To be fair, um, a final can throw up upsets on form like us in 2005. Yeah, like we should never have won that final. To be fair, but I know what you mean. But look at Thiago. We brought him in creativity, and it hasn't worked. I'd back the forwards to improve, but it's not essential for a Klopp midfield. Again, you look at Gakpo though. Gakpo's got a lot of variety about him. Like Gakpo could play midfield next season and be that creative front. You never know. Forza Inter as well as Bright. Spectre is normally the right of the wages as well. I'll have a look for you, Carl. I will have a look in a moment when I go stream now. Do you think Melo will play in the last game of the season? No. Raza, no. I know Arthur Melo was begging for minutes. No, he won't play again this season with Liverpool. Thank you for the 16 minutes in Napoli, and that's about it. I think we need players who can score from all positions, even if we got our injured back. It's crucial to have the ability to score from different areas. Absolutely agree, 1,000%. So funny Milner turning down Everton. Yeah, it is funny to be fair. And the last comment of the show, anyway, can see Mane going to Newcastle, not Chelsea. If Newcastle get Champions League, yeah, 100%, I can see him going there. It'll be interesting, of course, with of course Bayern, of course, with them looking for a striker as well. I would like to see three centre back playing, moving Trent into midfield as well. Garvidal, I think they'll be perfect for Liverpool, but again, money. That's the only issue is money when it comes to things like that. Anyway, but let's do a quick rundown then of what we have spoken about in tonight's episode for you guys. Anyway, before I do it off, of course, we've spoken about Jorg Spekti as well. It has come out saying that Liverpool are in advanced talks with Jorg Spekti as their new sporting director. It has come out as well that there is a 3-year deal on the table for him, but that obviously has come from Dominic King. But there's also a different report coming out from Jan Aktvertoff as well, also coming out saying, I understand it's a 3-month deal, not a 3-year deal. So that will be interesting. Of course, if he was to join, of course, there is a reported player coming in as well with him, of course, with ex-Manchester United goalkeeper Ron Robert Zeiler as well as in line to become one of Jorg Spekti's first signings as Liverpool sporting director. We've also spoken about Manuel Ugarte, and of course Liverpool Ugarte wanting to join Liverpool, says wants to join Liverpool, and that could be decisive in the situation developing as well. Obviously, the development is that Liverpool are preparing a move for Ugarte this week. Obviously, agents coming to Lisbon this week with an offer. Sporting admits they will negotiate with Ugarte despite Ruben Amorim, wanting him to stay. We've also got Alexis McAllister news as well in terms of that. Obviously, there is a deal as well. Liverpool are advancing more and more for Alexis McAllister. The proposal is already under analysis by his father, who is his agent as well. We've also, of course, brought up Ryan Gravenberch as well, and the reported bid, according to Grizzcon, Liverpool's opening proposal for Ryan Gravenberch is 20 million, or the 20 million pound bid have been turned down by Bayern. The player is very happy to move and is informed Bayern. Liverpool remain confident a deal can be agreed as well. And of course, there is a rumour out there as well that Manchester City are looking to rival Liverpool in the signature for Ryan Gravenberch as well. But guys, hopefully have a fantastic rest of your day. What day is it tomorrow? It is Thursday tomorrow. So again, if there is any other news, we will bring it to you guys. Friday will be the... What will be Friday? Friday will be the match preview. I forgot then what match preview was, but yeah, it will be match preview for, of course, Leicester. I forgot what game we're on. Yeah, Leicester on Friday. That will be the the match preview for, of course, that. Hopefully, I'll try and get Anton for that as well. But yeah, big thank you to all of you guys for the stream as well. 24 likes, let's get that to 30 if we could. Very much appreciate it as well. If anyone's new around here as well, please hit the like button, please hit that subscribe button as well. If you are new as well, I think we've got 5, 6 new subs from tonight's show. So again, big massive thank you to all of you guys as well for the support on the channel. The false nine needs to be ditched as well. Again, I think that'll be a case for next season, Gary. To be fair, hope to see you soon as well. And you, Cal, thank you very much for popping in, my friends. Well, can't believe Liverpool don't play until Monday. I know they can't ruin our weekends this weekend anyway, but of course, hopefully Liverpool can get, of course, their 7th win on the bounce, of course, by beating Leicester. But of course, hopefully, other teams will drop points, Newcastle and Manchester United on the weekend anyway. But of course, if there's any other news, we'll bring it to you, bring it straight to you guys anyway on the channel. Anyway, and of course, if you like Liverpool news, if you like the content, then please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button as well. Be very much appreciated as always. Again, big massive thank you as well for all the support lately on the channel as well. Anyway, but guys, have a fantastic rest of your night. I've been Connor from the Cop Council. I'll see you all later. Ta-ra.